Welcome to Two Bitches Reviewing Doctor Who. I'm Kelcie, your host, one and only. I've seen Doctor Who a million bajillion times. This is Bree, my girlfriend, and she has never seen Doctor Who. And my boyfriend Brady, who has seen Doctor Who once or twice all the way through. So he's a little bit, he knows.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Thank you guys both for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
The Two Bitches reading is me and my other personality.
Well, damn, Kelcie, what did we read? What?
What did we read?
What did we watch? Kelcie, damn, what?
So we watched episodes 10 and 11 from season 2 of Doctor Who, Love and Monsters, and Fear Her. Now, if you watched the last episode of our Doctor Who reviewing, you know how I feel about both of these episodes.
Yeah.
But here's where we're going to really deep dive into my thoughts and feelings, Bree's thoughts and feelings, and Brady's thoughts and feelings. I really love the B names.
How do you feel being left out?
No, I'm the special
Unloved?
one. I'm a little orphan girl.
Get the kids inside. They like it when they play.
Okay. So, episode 10, Love and Monsters, is directed by Dan Zeff and written by Russell T. Davies. It premiered June 17th, 2006. Elton Pope, Ursula, and 3 other people who have had encounters with the Doctor form a group called Linda to discuss these encounters. But their meetings soon become more social. One day, a man known as Victor Kennedy interrupts a meeting and reinvigorates Linda's purpose to locate the Doctor. Later, 2 members of the group mysteriously go missing, and one day, Ursula and Elton return to the meeting room, where Kennedy reveals himself to be an Absorbaloff, who has absorbed the other 3 Linda members. Ursula receives the same fate, and the Absorbaloff corners Elton. But the TARDIS appears, and the Doctor confronts the Absorbaloff. He discovers that the Absorbaloff's cane is a field generator, and Elton breaks it, destroying the creature. The Doctor manages to preserve Ursula in a paving slab, which Elton takes home. So, right off the bat, I wanted to let you know, this episode was very special because it felt special. So, it was written for a purpose to be filmed at the same time as the Satan Pit and the last 2 episodes we watched, The Impossible Planet and Satan Pit. And this is because this season was going to be longer than normal because they had contracted the Christmas episode into this season. And so they were short on time, so they wrote this episode to be Doctor and Companion Light, and this was the first of its kind for Doctor Who. And they were like, you know what, why don't we experiment with this and let's have it be from someone else's POV, but still the intention is Doctor-centric, but the characters are not. And so they filmed this at the very same time as they were filming the other 2 episodes.
So it's supposed to be like, when we see them, they like just got back or something from that? Or is it like that
production? On the production side.
Oh,
yeah. So the reason they're not in it very much
because they're filming that one.
Is because they were filming that. So the actors were there. Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
Cute.
Another thing about this episode is that it also fulfilled another thing. They were checking all the boxes off on this one.
As they should.
So this is Britain, Great Britain, right? And there's a program, a television program for kids that had put out this contest for the children to draw a new alien monster creature, and whoever won, their creation would be made into an alien for Doctor Who.
Oh!
So a kid from Britain, I believe his name was Christopher. Let me
give him that. What's it called? Recognition.
It was a William Grantham.
Shout out William.
9 years old. So he...
Also, I like how Doctor Who is so big in Britain.
Right?
But, like, I mean, it makes sense. But just, like, look at this. You could be on Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No, I know you know.
I want to be on Doctor Who.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so he was 9 years old and he designed the monster. And the name, Absorbaloff. And so here's a picture of his drawing. I'll have Brady put it up on the screen.
Oh my god, yeah.
But William, after he saw the episode, he was a little disappointed. Because he had envisioned his Absorbaloff to be the size of a double-decker bus.
Oh!
And the production did not know this until after the fact. So
He should have drew like a little car or a little
to have like a little reference.
Something for scale.
Yeah, exactly.
If he could have drew up like a CAD drawing or
Right,
something.
literally.
But William is now a YouTuber. And he has a gaming channel called Channel Pup. And he fondly remembers.
Oh my god!
Because he was like able to visit set.
What does he look like?
I have no idea. But he credits it with inspiring a career in media for himself.
That is so cute. What was his name? William Grantham. I will say this has been my least favorite alien, maybe. Not because it wasn't an interesting alien. Because that shit was nasty.
It was.
So that was nasty.
This episode is very split down the middle.
Yeah.
You have people who really liked it because how different it is and it's not Doctor-centric.
Yeah.
Other people didn't like it because of Peter Kay, who played the Absorbaloff, and they called it offensive humor of this episode. Like you have, I think the very end where the paved face of Ursula and him, and he's like, well, we still find some ways.
Still have a love life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, it's all on audience there, but...
Relax.
Yeah. So we'll get into the episode now.
Yeah. Loved it. Loved how it was filmed, though. Little YouTube vlog.
Yes, yes.
It was so funny. I was like, I love this guy.
Yeah. Brady, what were your initial thoughts on this episode?
It's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
It's so cool seeing it from the perspective of somebody who doesn't get to be the Doctor's companion, but still has to live with knowing who he is.
Yeah.
Or like trying to figure out who he is. It's like how much of a toll it takes on people who like aren't the main characters.
Wasn't there a book or something that was like the like superheroes, but like the regular people are like, oh, he just smashed my car, I'm having a new car. Wasn't there a book?
I have no idea, but that's funny.
But it's like the regular people in the world. Oh, I wish I knew what book that was.
It's not like a short video, because I could see that being like a YouTube video or something.
Yeah, I feel like it's been used before, but I feel like there was a book specifically that was like the regular, I don't know what.
No, but I do love that concept.
Yeah. Then he was all going through like, man, it's been crazy because aliens came this day, and then my window got smashed, and then I was like, oh my god, I love that.
Yeah,
it reminded me of that book and the whole scenario.
And it's so true, because it's like the Doctor literally, he affects so many people without maybe realizing it or not like understanding how impactful he is.
Yes.
Either negative or positive.
Yeah. But also I can see like, damn, look at the Doctor influencing their little group. Yeah. Like, boom, all of them becoming like a little family because of the Doctor.
It was so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Doctor? That's an influential man.
He is influential. Okay, so I love this episode because of the same reason. So I love it because you don't have it being focused on the Doctor. You get someone who's been affected by him. Yeah. And there's the group of them. Like this starting off as like, with the Doctor. And then someone brought food, and then someone...
let's play some music.
Yeah, and then like...
so cute.
Even the deeper aspects of like, Bridget, I think was her name, who had lost her daughter to drugs. And like, I go to London every week to search for her. And then the Mr. Skinner having the poetry or the books that he's writing that he's reading to them, and everyone's like encouraging. It's just, you get this glimpse into these normal people's lives that just makes it so beautiful and touching. And then it makes it so sad at the end Because I feel like we don't really get to feel that sadness when they're absorbed and they don't get to live.
Yeah.
Like
everyone else is gone.
Yeah. I feel like the critique I have about this episode is it was so bittersweet, warm and fuzzy, but then the humor of it almost was like not equal. Like it wasn't balanced.
Took away from the bittersweet sadness of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which like I get that's Doctor Who, but I feel like they
gotta make that more impactful.
Yeah. And they've done it better in the past where they've had that balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was like the first part was cute, funny, and then okay, like we're getting deeper, bittersweet, and then it was like just humorous again.
Yeah.
I was like,
But like, damn, she's like stuck in the pavement.
Yeah.
She's not that bad. Girl.
They wanted to make 2 different episodes, like one really lighthearted filler, and then also one that was like really deep and like about the consequences on regular people.
Yeah.
And like, they put those 2 concepts together probably as good as they could have, but I feel like they should have been separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were also, so Russell T Davies was inspired by a couple other shows to make this episode as well that wasn't Doctor-centric. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and there's another one, but he was like inspired by them to write this as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so, okay. So we start off with Elton. He's doing this vlog. What did you think of the vlog aspect?
I loved it.
I loved it too.
The minute it started, I was like, boom, already love this episode. Hilarious. Like a perfect guy, perfect actor. Love it.
Yes. Brady, what did you think?
Yeah. I like it because it's just like him trying to capture his story.
Yeah.
It was cool, like having a narrator through all of it.
Yeah, yeah.
That tied everything together and really brought everything into perspective. So.
Yeah, it also reminds me of like the very first episode of the first season, Rose. Right away, it's like, you know, Rose's bedroom is very messy and her waking up, it's like, ugh, it's not beautiful and romanticized. And like, it's so normal. Like, I can relate to Rose right off the bat. Elton, I felt the same way because it's like, oh my God, that's so me though.
Yeah.
Like, hello, I'm talking to a camera right now, but like so many of us are like recording ourselves now and like telling stories, and I feel like that's so relatable. Even now, in 2025. Yeah. This was 2006.
Exactly.
Like, it's so relatable. And the way that, like, there's that little dance he dances. I'm like, that's so me. Like, I love that. I love that. And just, I don't know. It just was so relatable.
Yeah.
I like that he, like, right at the beginning was like, I'm not just, like, a guy who is interested in the Doctor. I really like the electric light orchestra and, you know, listed off all these things that he's interested in.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the theme that we learn throughout this entire episode, is that like it's not all about the Doctor. People are so much more, and there's so much depth to them, even if they're not involved with all this crazy TARDIS business or whatever. You know?
But they're still being affected.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, how does that spiral?
Because like, damn, there's a lot of aliens that came to Earth. When he was like going through it, I was like, damn. I love a lot.
I love callbacks too. Like I love that it was like, oh, the mannequins literally again.
I was like, oh my God.
Season 1, episode 1, and then the ship. Yeah, just
like seeing all of that, I was like, oh my God.
And again, it's like, oh yeah, there were other people involved in that.
Just seeing a random person's life in that, like, oh wow.
And people who went through all of them.
Yeah. So
crazy.
Russell T Davies, the first draft of this, or an early draft of this, included way more references, including even like when Elton was like 5 years old, and it referenced classic Who episodes and stuff and like classic monsters, but they decided to scrap that because it was too much.
A little too much.
But yeah, so they did want to add more, which was fun.
They should have. I love that.
Right? I love that.
Yeah,
I love references. So you mentioned that before we started filming, you mentioned the actors in this episode.
Yes. So this is a stacked cast, if you will.
So the guy who plays Elton is really familiar.
Oh, I didn't even get to look him up, but I know him.
He's in something.
Yeah, he's definitely in other stuff. Let me find out.
The way that he talks sounds like the Geico guy, or the Geico lizard. That's what I always think of when I hear him talk.
Be him?
I think I looked it up and it wasn't. He also looks, I know that it's not him because
Band of Brothers? Maybe I've seen that.
Band of Brothers, yeah.
But he looks like the main guy in Community. Right? Is that the show?
Yeah.
But I know that guy's American, but like...
No, I can see that. That's
they kind of look similar.
But I feel like Band of Brothers is probably if we were to know him.
Okay, so you have him.
Yeah.
And then you have Ursula, who is Moaning Myrtle in Harry Potter.
Moaning Myrtle.
And then you have Bliss, who that actress is in Bridgerton.
What's her name?
She plays the French gal.
Yeah, what's her name?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Like, I forgot to.
I don't know the actress who plays Ursula. I don't know her name.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
And then you have the comedian Peter Kay, who's big in Britain. I don't know if he is anymore, but he was on a show for like...
Her name's Genevieve.
30 years.
Can't say the last name. Delacroix?
Yeah, Delacroix.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Statcast.
And I don't know. I mean, do we want to go play by play on this? And we've kind of just been like...
Yeah, I mean, so he kind of falls into this group because he finds a modern picture of the Doctor that looks exactly the same as when he was a kid.
Yeah. Right.
And he tries to meet up with Ursula. Mm-hmm. And so they meet up at a park.
Chatting about the Doctor.
Yeah.
And
what was her connection to the Doctor?
So she had taken the picture. And she was like, it was just by chance, you know, and then...
I couldn't even listen to their conversation. I was just like, her voice, wow. Damn.
So nostalgic.
It was not a little bit.
But yeah, so, and then she introduces him to the rest of the group, and then you just get, you know, the group. And I love when they're trying to come up with a name, and he's like already has
What about da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Linda for short.
Yeah, and I love that the N is a and you had to like specify. Yeah, like, you know, like, what was the cookies cream?
Yeah.
Like, you know. And everyone's just like, yeah.
And then Miss Ursula, did you already have that? I did. Yeah. No, I had that.
Yeah, and every single other person all has stories together of the Doctor. And so, like, they're doing little meets and talking about all the stuff that they know and, like, going around saying each other's names and stuff.
And, like, sharing their personal work. Like, we kind of touched
Bliss
on.
was talking about the art, and it was like, and it's like a thing. I forgot the way she said it. I was like, oh, I love that. I think like that, too.
And then you get Peter Kennedy coming in. And people, again, were split on the actor's portrayal. They were saying that he was overacting too much. And other people said that it added to the humor of the episode, that it fit with them, because this Linda group, that's already kind of, that's silly goofy, you know? Yeah. And then you have this Peter Kennedy who's all, hello, I've arrived, like, you know, you guys have totally forgotten your purpose. And, like, people were like, that's too much. And people were like, no, that fits. What do you think?
I feel like it fit. Just for him. Like, based on other aliens that we've seen, like, he's just more silly goofy. Now, to me, that was him.
I thought that their, like, human form was a bit, like, Colonel Sanders-y.
Yeah.
And just, like, didn't feel like a real person, you know? So it was like, how are these people just letting this weirdo guy just take over their group, you know?
True.
So how do you find them? How do you already know?
But, like, all of them just instantly, it's like, subservience.
Literally.
I'll work for you for free. Why not? Tell me what to do. I'll go do investigations. Elton goes undercover at one point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Elton goes undercover and to try to talk, or to try to find Rose.
Yeah.
And very quickly, he's like, you know, it's going to be really difficult. I'm going to have to ask a lot of people. First person he asks is old lady.
We're down the street. We just started lifting.
My mom, Jackie, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, oh, cool, great.
Yeah.
I'm such a professional already.
At this.
Yeah. And then he runs into, Jackie's doing laundry. And he's like,
the way to infiltrate, you first got to introduce yourself. Hi, how you doing? Like, immediately, Jackie.
Jackie's doing all the steps. She makes a joke. Oh, first time meeting and you're already seeing my knickers. Or, you know.
Next thing, got to find a way to infiltrate. You know, I wouldn't be here if my thing wasn't broken. Yeah. You know how to fix it. Like,
yes.
Everything just gets taken care of for him.
Yeah.
He's there for the ride.
And then he goes, he fixes her.
Turns out he is handy.
Yeah. He fixes her laundry machine, and then they kind of like, are chit-chatting, kind of becoming friends.
Yeah.
You can tell Jackie is flirting.
She's laying it on.
Wow, these fuses keep going out.
I was like, can we talk about how good she looked this episode?
No, she looked really good.
She looked so good.
No, she was ready to get out there.
Yes.
I think she was my favorite part of this episode.
Absolutely.
Like, it was just so fun seeing a part of her life.
Yes.
And I feel like that's, sorry, tangent, but like what a lot of the modern Doctor Who kind of loses is that I want the companion to have a whole life that's not the Doctor, and I want to have their stories matter. And
Thank you. I want to talk about this, actually.
Let's talk about this.
Because I feel very strongly about this.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Is it just like every episode is just like, I'll just do them, the Doctor and Rose just going on another mission-y type thing. We don't ever see like them coming home with Jackie and that, just like mission.
You still get a little bit, but not as much as like you don't get to know the families as much anymore. So like this, it's like, they're actually involved in episodes. I know Jackie's name. I know my girl Jackie. She's got a personality. I know her. Mickey. I know Mickey. Like, and then you get these later ones where it's like they kind of have a life, but their life becomes the Doctor.
Yeah.
And they've just like, again, they've taken away time for these relationships to build in the new Doctor Who's, in my opinion, starting with, I think with Whittaker. I think with Capaldi, it was teetering, but it made sense for one of his companions that that was her whole thing, was like, it was hard for her to split between the two.
Like, that was purposeful, though.
It was purposeful, and then I think they went back. I mean, it was like, because she didn't really have a lot of family. I don't know. So it was like hard to tell with Capaldi. But with Whittaker, I didn't know any of these people's families.
Yeah.
Like, barely. Like, I don't remember even the characters that well.
Yeah.
Like, the companions. There were a lot of companions at once.
Oh, okay.
And it felt overwhelming. I didn't feel like I got to know them.
Okay, Harry Potter example. Is it like, we know Ron and his whole family, we see all that, but then it's like, Hermione's family, like,
you get
like in the movies.
You get a little bit more of the it's like Hermione, but you get a little more. Just a little bit more.
Okay.
And it's hard to compare, but like,
Yeah.
if you know, if you're part of that gang. But with these new seasons being so short and the episodes being an hour long, but within the hour long episode, they have the one mission, the one journey. So it's not like we're getting a 40-minute, mission, and then the next episode is like back home 40 minutes. It's like you got to commit to where you are in this 1 hour long episode. So you're not getting to like go around all the different families and getting to know them.
Yeah.
Which just feels so less personable. And I also feel like you're getting rid of the relationship building between the Doctor and his companion or her companion.
Right.
Like, you're just missing it. You're missing the depth. You're missing the
I promised
humanizing.
Jackie that I would always keep you safe and keep you
You don't get that shit anymore. That's my biggest complaint about Ncuti was I feel like I did not get to connect with the fucking companion. Like, she was there. I liked her. I wanted more of her because I'm like, I didn't feel like I got her that long. What did you think, Brady? Did you feel like you got to know her?
No, because I feel like every time, like, any of the modern companions are like on an adventure with them, it's, oh, all right, let's solve it, and not like, there's no more depth to them. Obviously, there is in some episodes, but like, overall, that's kind of just what it feels like. It's like, I want them to have a life,
Yeah.
and like maybe some worries.
Some questions?
Yeah.
Something, but yeah, it's just missing that.
Yeah.
But I think that's what they did so well in these earlier seasons is they're able to tell these stories.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the doctor. And I feel like maybe they're spending too much time trying to evolve the doctor in these last few episodes. Like, I want it to be about the companion.
Yeah.
Right.
And I want the companion story and the doctor to just be a vehicle for it.
Yeah. Yes. And I've talked about this in I think when we were in season 1, how, like, Rose, this is Rose's story.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is Rose telling her story with the doctor. And then I think they continue that with the next companion, the next one. Like, all of David Tennant's companions, like, it's still their story. And then I even think with Matt Smith, it's still it's still Amy and Rory's story. Like, you literally have Amy telling the story, you know? Like, that's them. And then you go... And then...
No. Who do we get?
And then after Amy and Rory leave, I feel like it becomes the doctor's story. Trying to make it about his companion's story, but it's really his story. Because he's like, no, because you're impossible. Like, your story's crazy and wild. But it's him trying to figure her out. It's his story at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And then it's just his from then on, in my opinion.
Like, there's some element to them that's, like, mystical. And then it's like, the doctor is there on an adventure, not the companion being on an adventure with the doctor.
Yeah. Because it's like the doctor trying to figure them out while going on adventures. But, like, the companion doesn't know that.
I wonder why they made that switch.
I
don't know.
Just to try and make things more interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, the interesting part of it to me is an ordinary person discovers the world.
Yeah.
What do they want to go see?
Yeah.
Like, what does a companion want to see? Because each person wants to visit different things. Like, if you ask somebody, hey, if you could go back in time, where would you go? Everybody has a different answer. It's like, I feel like the companion can be a catalyst for the story.
Yeah.
Instead of just being along for the ride or being the story themselves.
Yeah.
Just not as engaging for me.
Yeah, I agree. Which, going back to this episode, is why it's so interesting and really cool. Because it is these normal people whose lives have been touched by the doctor.
Yeah.
And there are a couple episodes in future seasons that play with this whole idea of Dr. Light and very...
I love when we do that.
One of my favorite... Yeah, one of my, like, top 5 episodes of Doctor Who is a not doctor-centric episode.
Which doctor?
I'm not going to tell you. But if you guys know, that one. If you're watching.
Big time.
Yeah,
Big time.
See, Brady knows. This
huge episode.
And it's my favorite alien. It is my number 1 top favorite alien is that one. Yeah. Yeah, it's that one.
Oh my god.
You'll love it. It'll be your favorite too.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the episode.
Yeah.
So he's getting to know Jackie, and he does catch on, okay, Jackie's trying to flirt with me, like, you know, just spilling the wine and, like, and then, you know, she gets a call from Rose, which, here's my little canon on that. Is I think that this phone call that she gets from Rose is right after the Impossible Planet and the Satan Pit. Because she wasn't able to call her mom.
Yeah.
So I bet, you know...
What was she saying? Because she was, like on the phone with her. What was she saying?
I can't remember exactly.
I don't know what Rose was saying, but, like...
Right, what Jackie was saying. Do you remember?
No. I just remember Jackie was saying she's somewhere far and...
Yeah. But, like, she got really, like, somber.
Yeah. Which is why, in my head...
I know, 1,000%.
Yeah, because it's like, Rose probably was like, hey, like, kind of sad, but, like, didn't tell her the details, but was like, hey, like, yeah, like, it's been a rough one, but, like, you know, I'm okay. Like, sorry, I haven't called you in a while or something. And...
I wish I knew exactly.
Yeah. But, so that's my headcanon on that phone call.
1,000% what happened.
Mm-hmm. And again, I just love seeing Jackie's, like, this is Jackie's life. Mm-hmm. And you get this, like, her without Rose, because look at Jackie. She doesn't have a romantic partner. Her only child, her only family that we know of, is gone on these adventures through time and space.
Yeah.
Where she doesn't know if Rose is going to survive. She knows how dangerous it is. She's been in it with them.
In the midst.
Like, she knows. And yes, she trusts the doctor, which I'll get in a minute.
Okay.
But she trusts him to take care of Rose. But at the end of the day, like, shit happens. Shit happens. She might lose an arm. You never know. So I just love seeing this side of Jackie.
Oh, you really see how, like, lonely she is.
And again, like her trying to flirt with Elton and getting him over all the time. I bet it's because she's lonely.
Yeah, so Jackie said, she's so far away. I get left here sometimes, and I don't know where she is.
Mm-hmm. And she doesn't even have Mickey anymore that she can even talk about this with anybody. Again, this whole idea of, like, you know, you don't know who knows the doctor. You don't, like...
And also that probably was like, holy fuck, like, we just lost Mickey.
Oh, yeah.
This could happen to Rose. Oof.
Yeah, she could get stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
And she won't know. Or Jackie won't know.
Because every time she leaves, that really could be the last time something could happen. Yeah. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But then after this whole moment where, you know, Elton finally makes his realization of, you know what? No, like, this is more than just an investigation. She's my friend, and I, you know...
Let's put on the deli, let's get some snacks.
Yeah. But then he goes out and gets the pizza. Outside, Jackie's waiting for him with the jacket, and she's like, yeah, you know, I thought that, oh, he's such a nice guy. Let me put, you know, a tenner in his pocket because I know he won't accept it. And look what I find, a picture of Rose, her daughter. And he's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I wasn't after her. Like, I just wanted the doctor. And Jackie goes, I know. Like, don't think I'm fucking stupid. I know. And if you think that I'm going to rat out my daughter, let alone the doctor, where she says, I trust them, I will keep them safe.
Cold chills.
I'll protect them both until the end of my life.
I will protect them. She has now accepted the doctor as part of her family.
Yeah.
I really, truly believe that. And just like the way that, again, this relationship between the family of the companion. I mean, even Mickey's in this too. Even though, like, he's on this other planet, like, before that, he's in it.
Yeah.
He is there to save the doctor and Rose. He's going to protect them. He's going to help them. Jackie, she's going to protect them. She's going to help them in any way that she can.
Yeah, because before it was them two, like, we're here to save Rose, keep her safe. But now it's like, no, the doctor as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because, I mean, even, you know, the finale of season 1 with... This is Jackie's biggest sacrifice, is giving Rose back to the doctor in that moment. Mm-hmm. Therefore, that's her saying,
acceptance.
The doctor's part of my family. I'm going to sacrifice everything. Mm-hmm. Because that's what my daughter, you know, it's still because of Rose, but like, it's just so beautiful.
It's so good. Right, Brady?
Yes.
Yeah.
But how sad is that? Like, she thinks somebody's finally caring about her. And
again,
of course
it's so lonely.
And it's all about the doctor.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And I do think that there's a love-hate relationship a little bit. Like, you know, you resent the doctor for taking your daughter away 100%. And putting her in danger.
Yeah.
But again, at the end of the day, it's like
you've made her life worth living.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and you've helped save so many people, and I understand that. And
yeah.
And I feel like whenever anybody is like coming together for the doctor, good things happen. Obviously, like, they made the band. They had all these great experiences. They had a friend group of people who could finally understand them. And for a brief moment, Elton and Jackie, like, Elton was like, I'm going to be your friend. Like, sometimes the doctor leaves you behind, and who's left to care about you? There's nobody. And so, but like, all of this all gets, you know, tainted because of the people who want to get at the doctor for nefarious reasons.
Yeah.
It's like all of this started because of that weird, creepy Colonel Sanders guy coming in, and he's like, yeah, you need to espionage and do these things. So it's like everything gets spoiled because trouble follows the doctor no matter where, even if he's not there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah. Everything he touches,
people
are attracted to.
Mm-hmm. And so, you know, Elton and the group, Linda, what's left of them.
Mm-hmm. Did they ever have any questions about, like, where did Homegirl go? Didn't they? It felt like there's, like...
They did, but Peter Kennedy was like, oh, yeah, no, Bridget, yes, no, I had information about her daughter that she's, going off doing. Oh, you know, Bliss, Bliss, right? Like, she's just, you know, she got a new boyfriend. So that was how he, like...
Oh, yeah. So I was remember... Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Because then it's Mr. Skinner, and he's like, they're like, you know what, we're not going to do this anymore. We're going to walk out.
He storms in like, I'm leaving here. And then Mr. Skinner's leaving too. Ursula's coming with me to grab a Chinese.
He's like, but not the Chinese though. That was kind of like, is that okay?
I love this. Again, this balance of you know, funny, but also like making a stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Peter Kennedy's like, oh, well, okay. Well, Mr. Skinner, I actually have Bridget's number. I can give it to you. We can find her together. Why?
Question! You want to just hold that bag till I was about to leave?
I would not trust this man.
I wouldn't trust you.
But Mr. Skinner's like, yeah, okay.
I have to try to find her. Got it.
Because again, also this little like pea of information from them is you get Bridget and Mr. Skinner falling in love. And it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, yeah, he stays behind, and then Elton and Ursula walk out, and she's like, oh, my phone. I
forgot to tell.
Go back in. Oh, where's Mr. Skinner? What's up with your hands? And he's like, I tricked you guys. Okay, what did you think of the design of the Absorbaloff?
No, I love how he looks for an alien. You know, it's another nasty like nasty. You're disgusting. Put that tongue away. Like, ugh.
That's my least favorite part. I can't do mouth sounds, and so like him sticking out his tongue while he's
yeah, it was disgusting.
It's fitting.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, but like that was good for him.
What'd you think of the CGI of like the heads? Because sometimes they were CGI and sometimes they were practical.
Yeah.
What did you think of that, Brady?
They looked a little funky, but honestly not too bad.
Yeah.
For the time.
Yeah.
You know, everything was a little weird these episodes, so the CGI just kind of fit in.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. But then Ursula, she gets, and then she's like, Elton, I can see inside of him. He's gonna get you next. And then she gets absorbed. Yeah. And then they're all like...
But poor Bliss.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I see everyone. Where's Bliss? I don't want to know. And so the Absorbaloff goes after Elton. He's running. And they're all like, run, Elton, run. And then
they just hit the end of an alley.
Yeah, gets cornered.
The wall stops him.
Yeah. And then
I love the...
Yeah, he's about to touch his head.
So slow with it.
And then...
While sticking out his tongue.
Yeah.
Literally.
And then you get to...
Yeah.
Of the TARDIS. And then Rose, I've got something to say to you. What? You hurt my mom. Like,
I'm whole alien here. Nobody hurts my mom.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, the doctor's like, someone's got something to say to you. He lets Rose fight her battles.
Period.
But the fact that, like, both of them just don't even care about the Absorbaloff.
Yeah.
They're just like, deal with your thing.
Word with you.
Yeah. Like, that's my mom.
Yeah.
Jackie, you do not touch Jackie. You do not touch a hair on her
Jackie's head.
And I'm standing with her on
I
that.
love that.
Mm-hmm. Again, it's reciprocated. Mm-hmm. They're gonna protect Jackie.
And then the monster's like, the doctor. Finally, I'm gonna eat you.
Yeah.
And the doctor does what are you? You're like the
Sabine from
Absorbaloff. And they both come up with the name just on the fly.
It's like, ooh, I like that. Absorbaloff. And then he's like, oh, are you from Raxacoripa calipatorius? And the Absorbaloff is like, No, those are my cousins. I hate them. Well, where are you from? Clom. Clom. Okay. Yeah.
Sister planet.
Yeah. So that was silly. Again, I like the call back to the Slovene and like that kind of thing. And then what happens, Brady?
The doctor says, do what you want.
Kill him.
Yeah.
Absorb him. But
that's if the others are okay with it. Yep. And that's when they're like, we gotta pull if it's the last thing we do. And all these faces just start pulling from his body.
What'd you think of that?
Really gross, but like,
it did the job.
It did the job. It was just like, doctor shows up. Guys, get him. Boom, got him. Like, did he really even need to be there?
Well, but I think that's the thing too. It's like, what does the doctor really do for people? Like, yes, he sometimes has a direct hand, but other times he does just want to let...
It was just like...
people...
I would have liked it if it was just Elton and, like, he figured out with the heads, and it was, like, more of them, like, yeah, we got him, and then we see the doctor later, you know?
Sure.
But just like, no, the doctor came, boom, saved the day. So it was so quick, so easy.
Yeah.
I think it's just that, like, the doctor is such a force of good, like, in the world, that everybody he's around, he picks up and makes them think they're capable of doing things that they never would think they're capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And...
I mean, that was why the group formed in the first place, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like they were working together and the doctors had to remind them work together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's really fun and special.
Yeah.
And then it's like back to, I did think that was really sweet because, you know, they exploded the Absorbloff by, you know, whatever, but it kind of was like, oh, all the faces are gone too.
Yeah.
And then Rose, even though she's mad at him for being mean to her mom, she goes and she comforts him.
Yeah.
And I think that's very Rose. Very Rose.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor's like, you know, there's something I can do. And then, he's able to save the last one that was absorbed, which happens to be Ursula.
Yeah.
And so Elton gets his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Brady, would you still love her and be with her if she was in... a stone tablet thingy slab pavement?
Yes.
That's true love.
She's trained me well.
Would you still be friends with me and love me if I was a pavement head? Because I could still do the podcast.
Okay, yeah, no, we're good.
You just gotta prop my head up. Yeah.
Is it getting
little pillows.
Little pillows. All right.
Are we ready?
We're ready?
And so then we get back to Elton on his camera, and he's got the zoom.
He's got the zoom.
Which I love that.
There's an arc.
Yes. And the end of this has so many good quotes. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you caught that, like, if you're like, ooh, that was good. But two of my favorite quotes are from this last bit. And one of them is, turns out I've had the most terrible things happen. And the most brilliant things. And sometimes, well, I can't tell the difference. They're all the same thing. They're just me. You know, Stephen King said once, he said, salvation and damnation are the same thing. And I never knew what he meant, but I do now.
Yeah.
And I think that sums up the doctor so well. Because you do have, you know, yes, he's a force of good and he brings people together. But what did Mickey say? Destruction follows the doctor.
Yeah.
Danger follows the doctor. So with the doctor comes both the good and evil. We had it with Miss French girl. She's like, you can't have the angels without the monsters.
Yep.
That is the doctor. He is both the good and the bad. Who knew that this little filler episode would be so deep?
So influential, so much insight.
That's why I love this episode.
Yeah, I love this episode.
And I think it has to be away from the doctor for it to be so deep.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be about the normal person. Like, we have to be able to relate our lives and the things that we experience with the chaos that happens in the doctor's wake.
Yeah, and then there's one more quote that I loved that was at the end of this. And it goes, when you're a kid, they tell you it's all grow up, get a job, get married, get a house, have a kid, and that's it. But the truth is, the world is so much stranger than that. It's so much darker and so much madder and so much better.
Oh, yeah.
The meat on this. Russell T. Davies killed it on this. He was like, no, I'm going to make this something good.
Y'all think we a filler? Layers, baby.
Layers.
There's layers.
One of my favorite Doctor Who quotes of all time is that last one there.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Beautiful.
Killer episode.
Killer episode.
Rating?
Yeah, rating? What would you rate it? Out of 10.
8.75.
Okay, that's solid.
Yeah.
Brady?
It's really good. I would say probably 7.5 or 8.
Yeah. Yeah. It's respectable.
It's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's fine.
But
I'd probably give it an 8.5.
Yeah. Why so low? Not low, but like.
Yeah, like, I thought you would say solid 8 or up.
Yeah, me too.
part of it was because I don't know, I was paying attention to the cinematography for a lot of it, because whenever I watch something, that's kind of what I pay attention to.
Mm-hmm. And you've already seen it for the plot.
Yeah, and so it just felt very rushed, kind of cheap. It was like, looks like someone just took a camera out into an alley and hit record, you know? Which, honestly, it works. It's all great, but I don't know, I was just kind of like caught up in that, and then... I don't know, but like it as a whole is really good. I love that it's so different. Yeah. But yeah.
Definitely a breath of fresh air after Satan. So that was nice.
Yeah.
That felt great.
Yeah.
Good contrast.
Yeah, I feel like we need this breathing room for those last 2 episodes.
The finale.
And the next few episodes.
Right. I will say, because you mentioned like, you know, bringing the camera out to the alley or whatever. So part of the feel that they wanted for this episode was they wanted it to feel very isolated and deserted. And so they did intentionally film in these large industrial areas that were empty. They really wanted to have it feel empty. Yeah, so the tone of the production team wished to capture, quote, working with an inspirational design team. We wanted to emphasize a melancholy feel and emptiness in the world around our characters. Big urban spaces that once may have been full of life, but now lay abandoned, rusting, decayed. Amidst this, Elton and his fragile group of friends would almost feel cast adrift, increasingly vulnerable as they are led astray by the sinister Victor Kennedy.
Tiny bit of a reach, but I see it.
Do you think it's because there was a lot of comedy in this episode?
Yeah. So if that was the reason, I don't know, maybe a little bit less comedy to like really bring what they wanted. I mean, it worked. It makes sense.
Yeah, Peter Kennedy was not giving sinister.
Wasn't giving sinister. No.
I think that's maybe why I rated it so low, is because I felt like it could have been so much more.
Yeah.
You know, like I wish it wasn't just an episode that they were filming while they were filming other episodes as like a filler kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I wish they were able to give it like the full budget of an episode to explore those things in a more serious tone, maybe.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, I'll say 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of budget.
Uh-oh.
The next episode, Fear Her,
Big bucks,
was a budget-friendly episode.
Oh.
They had it be like this so that they could save money.
For the last few episodes.
So
I could totally tell while watching both of these.
Oh yeah.
Especially Fear Her, because there's like
we're still on the same screen.
We'll get into that though.
Yeah, it was written to be a budget-friendly episode.
Like I think we could have filmed that.
A little bit better.
That's what I'm saying. Let's remake that episode. It would have been better.
It's like, damn, this girl was like had a cold the whole time or something.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
So, episode 11, Fear Her, directed by Euros Lyn, written by Matthew Graham, and it premiered June 24th, 2006. So, the Doctor and Rose arrive in London neighborhood just prior to the start of the 2012 Olympic Games. Children have been disappearing, and the Doctor and Rose discover the source is a 12-year-old girl named Chloe Webber, who can cause people to disappear by drawing them. The Doctor finds that she is possessed by an Isolus, an alien life form that has crashed on Earth and can relate to Chloe's loneliness. For the Isolus to leave Chloe's body, they must find the Isolus's pod and give it power. Am I saying that alien?
Isolus, yeah, that's
okay.
right.
Rose finds it under just poured tar in the street and is able to power it by throwing it into the Olympic torch as it comes by the street, giving the pod heat and emotional strength. As the missing children reappear, the demon-like drawing of Chloe's violent and dead father comes to life, but Chloe's mother calms Chloe's fears. The Isolus peacefully leave Chloe's body. So wordy. And so was the episode. It felt very, drawn out. And
it all had to be filled with words and not action, because that's expensive.
Mm-hmm. So, this was... So, they call this an overcommissioned episode, which replaced a planned but unproduced script. And Russell T. Davies wanted Matthew Graham, who wrote this episode, he wanted him to write it. And he wanted him to write it specifically for children. He said, I want an episode that's for the child audience. Mm-hmm. Because the next 2 episodes, the finale is going to be for the adults. And it's going to be dark. But I want something for the kids. And he said, he specifically asked Graham to write for his 7-year-old son. And so he was like, say less.
He's not fucking with that kid.
Some early drafts of this episode were titled Chloe Webber Destroys the Earth, and later, You're a Bad Girl, Chloe Webber. Which, one such draft, having the episode take place on another planet. But, So they found the actress who plays the little girl, Chloe Webber. They found her at a school. They had, auditions, and she was in an after-school drama club.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she thought that it was, quote, weird.
Yeah.
Feeling like she had to play 2 different characters, the possessed Chloe Webber and the normal Chloe Webber. And when she was portraying the possessed Chloe Webber, they had her whisper, and then they added echo after the fact. But she said she found it a, quote, a bit hard to whisper, end quote, because she had a husky voice.
Yeah.
And she also couldn't draw, so they had a hand double whenever it was a close-up of her drawing. Mm-hmm. So
interesting.
And then they had a production assistant, do all the other drawings and the drawing in the closet and stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, it being written for a 7-year-old kind of puts the whole episode in a different perspective for me. So I'm like, I could see me being a 7-year-old being in 2nd grade thinking, this episode fucking rocks.
Yeah. So the writer Graham, he was happy with the episode himself, and he received letters from loads of kids who enjoyed it. When discovering that the older fans had reacted negatively, he said, "Well, it's a shame that they have, but it wasn't meant for them."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, period. It wasn't meant for me, and I'll take that. But I still think this episode sucked.
I don't think I would have liked it even as a kid.
Yeah.
There's drawing in it. And kids.
I would have loved it as a kid. I watched 3 Ninjas every day for a couple months as a kid, so I had a pretty low bar.
Your favorite TV show as a kid was Gumby.
It was Gumby.
I don't know what that
Gumby?
is. I don't know.
You don't know Gumby?
I know Gumball.
I don't know.
It's different.
It had to be there.
So a lot of people compare this episode to The Idiot's Lantern, which is The Wire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like that episode either.
I didn't like that episode either.
Too many Dutch angles.
Yep. Brady hated the Dutch angles.
I hated it.
Even the pace of the story, what the story was, literally feels the exact same. Even at the ending and okay, little melodramatic. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Fell flat.
Mm-hmm. So, in this episode, you have Chloe Webber. Okay. I didn't love her, the little girl who played her. I didn't love her portrayal when she was possessed.
Yeah.
It did feel very awkward to me like very stiff and very awkward. When she would, like at the end, when she was just her, I was like, no, she's killing it there.
Yeah.
It just felt very stiff, very awkward, and I think it's because maybe she felt that way. I mean, from what I'm getting from the behind the scenes.
Yeah. No, I felt that.
So it did come off as not the best acting, which a lot of people also tend to talk about when they're discussing this episode. Otherwise, I think everybody else did fine. The CGI was a little silly with like the big ball of and it was and then him erasing it in the TARDIS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also weird how the episode started with like just that grandma walking through the street all by herself saying like, get the kids inside. They like it when they play.
But again, that made it is very similar to the Idiot's Lantern because it's like it started with them watching, or like not watching TV, but like discussing wanting TV and then watching TV and being like, oh, where's grandma? And like, but and then, it's just creepy. It gave very creepy, staring at the window.
Yeah.
And then even like
watching the kids.
Really fast drawing was kind of like, whoa.
Yeah.
And so, okay, right off the bat, demon child girl.
Yeah.
Stealing something, like drawing kids, and then they are the drawing. And then they're sad. And then you have her being like, not enough. You're so sad. Let me get you a friend. And then you won't be sad anymore.
Yeah.
A little creepy still.
Yeah.
But the message behind it, feeling lonely and
kidnapping.
The message of kidnapping.
Yeah.
Is very...
We support that.
Supporting. But, okay. I almost don't want to, like, really go in depth on this episode, like, play by play, because it was just not good.
No.
But...
This is the one I took so many notes for.
I just think... I'm gonna say, from the comments that we've gotten on our Doctor Who videos so far, they agree with me. They agree with my insights and my...
Okay, not too much.
Humble as always.
No, but I feel like we're on the same level, you and me, okay?
Right.
Like, we're here together. The ones who know.
Yeah.
And, like, that's my gang. And, like, we're here together. Mm-hmm. And we can all agree.
And we're alone.
Yeah, you guys
we
are
have
alone.
no one.
We're underneath.
Come closer. I need the Zoom. But we know this episode. Like we said, we saw it before in the Idiot's Lantern. We saw it before. Let's just get to the things that speak out. You know?
Right.
So first off, when Rose and the Doctor meet Chloe and they discover that, okay, she's been possessed is the word that they use in here, but possessed by this alien pod seed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very much the host.
Very much the host, except this was creepier than that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Trudy is a starseed.
But like, so this pod, this alien is speaking through Chloe, and she's like, I love Chloe Weber. I don't want to leave her. Like, she's lonely, I'm lonely, which on the surface is very cute and like very like sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But why the hell then did y'all draw your evil demonic father as Satan in the closet? And then why do you keep like using that as a threat?
Yeah.
Like, if you stop me, I'm going to let him out. I thought you loved Chloe Weber.
Yeah. Because he gonna come for her.
Yeah.
Which is you.
So I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Birdie, did you have any thoughts on that?
It was all just weird. The fact that we never saw the drawing of like the dad come out, it was just always like the voice and then the red LED light in the hallway.
Especially at
like,
the end too.
I'm coming, Chloe. It was... I don't know, everything was just really weird.
I felt like they were trying to put a deep storyline behind her loneliness. Like, it could have been like the dad died, and she's lonely, or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's, really traumatic.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Dad dies, your mother's husband dies.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, fun fact, that's not very fun.
Uh-oh.
So there was a guest on this episode, Hugh Edwards. And Hugh Edwards was a former broadcaster.
Okay.
And he was one of, like, the news people who was talking about the Olympics and, like, you know.
Because then that, too. Sorry.
Yeah, that was weird. But Hugh Edwards, so they actually had to take this episode off of BBC iPlayer, which is, you know, they had to take it off so they could remove his voice and get someone else because he pled guilty to making indecent images of children.
Whoa.
Which,
for...
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I know.
Making
pictures. Indecent pictures of children. Which, I'm sorry, but, like, that's kind of, like, this episode.
For this episode specifically?
Like, because she's drawing children, and it's for, like, this episode was for children. And they were like, and then, but good for them. They, you know, took his voice out, redid it, and then re-uploaded the new version.
He was doing the voice of the
one of the newscasters.
Oh.
Because when they were talking about the Olympics,
yeah.
Okay, Bob.
Nobody's there.
Yeah. So,
ooh.
Yikes.
Fun fact.
Fun. I know, like, fun, but, like, not really fun.
Ooh.
Ugh. Another reason why this episode just...
It's just, like, really a play-by-play of the Wire.
Yeah.
Really, the coronation. Oh, the Olympics. TV and watching
Big event coming.
Big event.
Yeah.
We need to fix this on the street wrong.
Literally.
And then, like, the Rose and Doctor being separated. And instead of Rose being incapacitated, it's now the Doctor being incapacitated. Yeah. But I will say, something for me that's the shining light of this episode is Rose. Because here, this is kind of Rose, like... I feel like it's better portrayed in The Impossible Planet and Satan's Pit, but I'm trying to give this episode something.
That silver lining.
Okay. We get Rose without the Doctor having to play Doctor.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think of that?
What did she do?
So, I know. She didn't do, like, a lot.
Because the Doctor did kind of draw the answer for her.
Yeah, and she was like,
oh, okay.
Right? Oh, yeah, because she found a little thingy.
Yeah, which
I love the paver guy.
I know, he was
That's
funny.
my boyfriend. Love him.
But it was very quick. It was like, oh, wait, heat. Tar.
And then the throwing into the lantern. And it's like a perfect arc. I love that.
Can you imagine, like, drawing out, like, being trapped in a picture, you draw out this lantern, and then, like, the person you entrust to do it just kind of, like, chucks it in the air.
Yeah. Literally, oh, that's not what I meant.
And the fact that it just flew in
like,
and landed perfect.
Yeah.
Well, it could feel the heat.
Girl.
That's why. It could feel the love.
I get it, but also it's just like, wow, that was anticlimactic.
Literally.
That I can accept because that was for the kids.
Yeah.
That was for
they were really pushing that, the message of hope and love and perseverance.
Which again, like, we're viewing it from our perspective.
Right.
But, like, a 7-year-old kid
good
would have
message.
loved it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved it as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I can picture myself watching this and be like, yeah, this is one of my favorite things. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say, though, Rose got a little bit of that Time Lord Doctor anger.
Uh-oh.
Because
that was crazy.
Because when the Doctor did disappear and she was like, wait.
To the child?
She put her hand.
Yeah.
And the mom's just watching after, well,
it's with her lore.
It is with her lore.
Mm-hmm. With the arc.
The way that, like, the way that she was saying it, she was like, yeah, Chloe always got the brunt of it.
Yeah.
Are we just talking verbal?
That's what I'm saying. When he would get angry.
Yikes.
But, like, you know, she was abused as well, submissive. Right. But, like, you know,
and, like, no blame.
No
but,
blame.
Like, I don't know. When we were watching it, I was literally like, I would smack Rose. If I was Rose, I'd also smack the little girl. Not really. But, like, like, what the fuck did you do to the doctor?
Get your hands off my daughter.
She was like,
yeah.
Whoa.
But then she was probably like, oh, this is a child.
And she did. She took
she was like, okay.
Let me. But also, like,
that was kind of crazy. That was pretty crazy.
Do you think that was, like, intentional, though? Like,
no, it was definitely intentional.
For Rose?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because, like, okay, we know you locked in with a doctor. Not that much.
Not that much.
Because we know, like, hey, gotta see the doctor and everything. He's my person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whoa, girl.
Yeah.
As a child.
And then, I mean, yeah, save the day. Get the little thing in the lantern.
Yeah.
Oh, I wrote down she whispered in it, "Feel the love."
That's our girl Rose.
That's our girl Rose.
That
the empath.
Never would have been a thought in my head to toss that.
Yeah.
I'd been like, I'm rushing past these police. I'm tossing it in the lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, okay, everyone's returned. And then...
Where's the doctor?
Where's the doctor?
He should be back.
And he's running with the fucking lantern. And he's just having the time of his life, though. I love that. That's
literally
so
the guy got, electrified, which is probably the thingy, whatever.
Yeah, this guy falls.
Yeah,
like, he collapses, and the doctor's like,
we gotta keep the thing of hope and love alive. How do we help him up? Make sure he's okay.
Also, doctor, you're about all these people.
Yeah.
None of them recognize you? I mean, I guess it's
the guy
2012, but, like, still, you've been all over.
Yeah, this is the guy who made a virus to get his image off of the internet everywhere. And he's like, sure, I'll let the entire world see me.
Olympics on a big screen. That was silly. That was funny, though.
Mm-hmm. And then Rose, and she's all like, wait, all the pictures came to life? That means a closet evil demon father.
Yeah.
Which, I think that he sounded like Satan. Like, the voice, like, especially after, like, we just saw that, I was like, ooh, he kind of gives that vibe. And I don't know if that was on purpose to, like, remind us of, like, Satan.
What we just heard.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, and then them, like, running away and being trapped in the house and Rose on the other side. And she's like, you gotta calm her. It's with her emotions. Like, what, you know, and then they start singing the Kookaburra song, which is very sweet. Very, very sweet.
It was sweet.
Yeah.
But, like...
It didn't make sense.
I wrote,
and you know what's not
Kookaburra scares the monster away, LMAO.
I was like, okay.
It's like, all right. I get that, but...
A devil abuser. They're singing a song about, I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Kookaburra, gay, your life must be. I don't know. And then Rose and the doctor
But I love how it was like, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
It's like the whole time you don't see him at all. The light, you see the shadow, like... He would have been coming down the stairs already. And it just fades out.
He's like still on the wall.
Yeah. Friendly.
He's just screaming really loud.
But so then you have Rose and the doctor reunite, give them their little hugs like they do.
Yeah.
Also,
we'll always be okay, you and me.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of that last? What was their last conversation, Brady? Did you write it down?
Sure didn't.
They were like, oh, let's go watch the Olympics or whatever. And then the doctor's like, oh, I don't know. Something in the air. Storm approaching.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of that? Miss, never seen it before.
Well, time's about to change. With the whole Satan thingy being like, you're gonna die quick, soon.
In battle.
A storm's coming. A battle's approaching. It's just like kind of crazy that they're gonna kill off Rose.
You think they're gonna kill her?
Yeah.
How do you think she's gonna die?
I don't know.
In battle. No, but like truly, like, so you think she's gonna be dead?
I think she's gonna sacrifice herself. Obviously, in the Rose way.
Yeah.
A little empath. Either it's gonna be, I don't see physical, like, oh, I just got stabbed and I'm dying. No. It's gonna be, I don't know.
Okay. Do you think that Jackie's gonna be there? Do you think it'll involve Jackie at all?
No, this is all gonna happen.
I feel like it'd have to involve Jackie. Like, she's been... To bring her story together, I don't know.
Again, we have this whole episode.
But, like, here's my thing. Like she's gonna die. Or whatever. She's gonna be like, I gotta stay here and be the energy source up there. You know, whatever the thing is. Like, she's gonna be like, whatever, die, whatever.
Okay.
Then the doctor's gonna have to come back. And be like,
tell Jackie.
Hey, Miss Jackie, where's Rose?
You think we're gonna see that?
I think so.
Dang, how sad.
Oh my God. And then she's going to be like, I don't ever want to see you again. And then like...
Okay, wait. I want to keep talking about this, but first we need to rate this last episode.
Right.
Just so we can get that out of the way.
A 4.
Yeah. Brady, what do you think?
My enjoyment of it, also a 4. But the purpose of it.
You're right.
For a 7-year-old kid, I'd say it's an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd also give it a 4.
Yeah.
I think this is all of our lowest ranking Doctor Who episodes so far, at least.
I like the grand scale of Doctor Who. That's, why I like it.
Still felt the same. So, like, he should have been in Doctor Who, but...
Yeah.
Although, had some great moments from the Doctor in this. Like, him and Rose
the humor
make this episode worth watching. I was a dad once.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, my God. Thank you for bringing that up, Brady.
Yeah, I forgot.
What did you think of that as someone?
I was like, there's no way.
So.
And then she's like, huh?
Like, what'd you say?
But then she's like.
And he ignores her.
Just change subject.
And she's like, okay, well, I gotta, like, give me space. But, like, what the fuck?
So. If you are someone who has watched Classic Who, you do know a little bit of this.
Do we see them?
So
or what?
The very first season of classic Doctor Who, it is the Doctor and his granddaughter. Yes, it's his granddaughter. And they're traveling through time and space together.
The original companion.
Yes.
So he found somebody. Fell in love. Had kids. His kids had kids. Traveling around.
So in the classic Who, there were Time Lords all over the place.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You had evil Time Lords, you had good Time Lords. They were all over the place.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you had Ronnie. And then she was like kind of like an evil genius. The new Who, like this upcoming season, people are making connections that possibly the new companion might be like a nod or a relation to that classic Who Time Lord, but something about the names or something.
Oh, is there a Ronnie?
It was like Rani. That was like the Time Lord, the evil Time Lord in Classic Who. But it's not the name of this new companion. But I think, I don't quote me on this.
Is it the Indian gal?
Yeah, she's the new one. Yeah. The last name is Chandra, the character. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if like that. I don't know Classic Who that well, so like I'm not that super fan. I want to be, and
you should start watching that.
I had tried watching Classic Who a long time ago.
It's like not the same, obviously.
It's not the same, and like,
because it's more like
it's very like
Bill Nye.
Yeah, like for the kids, science, and like it was made in what the 70s or something, so it's like very
great.
Yeah, it's like black and white.
Yeah.
And like there are a lot of white old men.
Yeah.
Playing the Doctor.
Yeah. Turns like an Albert Einstein kind of thing.
So not even that. It's just like the misogyny. And like the women in Doctor Who were very like they tried to push a little bit, but like they make jokes about it in later. There's a special episode. I'll just tell you. Yeah. It's a little bit of a spoiler, so like, but with Capaldi, there's a special, like a 50th, it's not 50th, but like
an anniversary.
An anniversary episode. And they make this joke about the first Doctor and the first Doctor making like comments about like, oh, but women should not be. And the Doctor's like, oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. Don't say that. Stop. And it's really funny.
Because like he said that.
Yeah, he did. But he's like, can't say that. Like, we'll learn. But yeah, so that's what's kind of stopping me from watching Classic.
Yeah.
I think I just have to get to like maybe the 4th Doctor. And then hopefully it'll get a little bit better.
How many seasons are there?
I don't know.
Righty, quick.
How many seasons of Classic Who?
26 seasons.
26 seasons.
How many episodes do they have? Like
per
average?
Season?
Yeah, per season.
Yeah, on average, 26 episodes.
Okay.
27.
I guess if they're like
per season,
pretty short and like
yeah.
Okay.
Then one other moment that we had in this episode was when Rose couldn't find the doctor afterward. She said, "Who's gonna hold his hand now? I need him."
Oh yeah.
Because like they're literally the first interaction.
They're always. Oh my god.
And when they walked out of the TARDIS and they're walking together, they're holding hands.
Stop.
And you're trying to take that away from me.
Me personally.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna say right now, since we're talking about, these next two, what we're hoping and,
Yeah.
this is not one of my favorite finales. I do love this finale, but it's...
For plot-wise, you don't like it? Like, obviously, like, oh, it's sad because that should happen. But, like, disregarding that, just, like, what happens you don't like?
I mean, it's not my favorite... it's just not my favorite finale.
Okay.
It's probably... Like, it's still up there. But, like, because I know that when we were talking about season 1's finale, I was like, that one's top 2.
Yeah.
But not my 1.
Yeah.
My favorite finale is not this season.
Matt Smith.
No. I will not tell you my favorite finale.
This, what's it? Tenet.
I will not tell you what season. But I'm gonna ask you guys, I want you to guess what my favorite finale is, my season finale, because I think a lot, if you've watched it, we probably have the same favorite season finale, because I think it's just top tier. But maybe some of you don't agree. I don't know. But guess below. I feel like you would know by now, because you know me. You guys know me. So make your guesses below.
Tenet.
I'm not going to tell you.
It's next season.
I'm not going to tell you. Okay, so you think that Rose is going to die.
Yeah. This is the end of the line.
Yeah. And that Tenet will have to go tell Jackie. Jack's going to be pissed.
Yeah. Oh my god, do you think she's going to, like, say goodbye? No.
Do you think there's going to be, like, a whole, monologue from Rose telling him, like, it wasn't your fault and I love traveling with you.
This has been my whole life. I would have never changed it for the world. I love you. That,
Okay, do you think that she's
we're going to finally say it.
Okay, if Rose were to say I love you, do you think that it's going to be like a romantic profession, or is it going to be like a I love you?
No, I like we're twin flame. I love you.
Okay.
You
Right.
know?
Okay. And then do you think the doctor is going to like reciprocate that? Do you think it's going to be like, actually didn't like you at all, bitch? Die.
He's so, I don't know. I don't think he'll say it. But it'll just be like this has been the best time of my life. He's going to be like, I love you too, without saying it.
Okay.
But she's going to say it. It's like,
yeah, like Rose is so like in touch with her emotions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, you're a bitch. That's crazy.
What?
Rose is going to die.
You heard it here first, folks. I'm a bitch. I made Rose die. I'm so excited. So I had told you to like really quick turn off the thing. Did you get any little?
No, I might have done it like too soon. I don't know. I got scared.
That's okay. I'm glad. I
like literally, they were in the middle of the street. I was just like, hurry.
Yeah.
I saw like a minute left, but like credits, so I'm like, boom.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because they'd be spoiling it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for next week, guys.
Okay, but real quick.
Yeah.
You know how he does like the little mind meldy thing?
With?
How he just like, even with Chloe? He might have even done it with Chloe.
Oh, because he like got her to.
Because he was like.
Right.
We're going to see that.
Ooh.
But like.
Okay.
See it.
What do you think is going to be like the alien or like the plot?
Oh, girl.
You have any?
Oh, girl.
No.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. It's like, no, we're going to see it.
I know.
And then in there, we're going to see the goodbye. Oh my god! Oh my god.
I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited.
In the writer's room.
So, next week we are watching episodes 12 and 13, the 2-part season finale of season 2, which is crazy that we're already here. I say that every time, but like it really does feel like we're just getting through it. So if you want to watch along next Wednesday, that's what we're watching and reviewing. You can see our calendar on our Instagram at the.tbr.podcast, so you can follow along, watch along.
Stay up to date.
So check us out there. Otherwise, subscribe, like, comment, do all the things. It helps us out. And I like to hear you guys' thoughts. I really do enjoy reading your comments. And the Know You Know gang.
Yeah.
I love y'all.
Tell me how close I am to the truth.
Don't tell her. Don't spoil it. Do it in like the way that I try to do it. You know, like
where you like piss me off with it.
Yeah, like give a little bit and then but don't like write it out and then take stuff away from it.
Yeah.
Like put blanks. Fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks.
That's funny.
Last words, Brady.
Here, wait, hold on. Rose is gonna blank.
Die. It was fun.
In blank.
Yeah, in blank. That's exactly what I was gonna say. So Rose is gonna blank in blank.
I was gonna die in
battle. That's it.
Oh, you're a bitch.
Yeah, I can't think of that on the spot. But okay, yeah. So tune in next Wednesday, season finale. Holy shit! And then after that, we'll do the Christmas episode and talk about what we're hoping for the upcoming season and what final thoughts on this whole season.
Yeah.
And check out. We'll have like a mini episode where we'll go through the rankings of the whole season.
Yeah.
And how, now that we've watched it all, what our final ranking is.
Like episode wise? Like season 1 episode ranking?
Yeah. Like
or season 2.
Season 2, yeah.
Ooh.
So check that out.
Can't wait.
Coming soon. Love you guys.
To theaters near you.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I know, right?